This is CBC Winnipeg News.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. The search for two young boys believed drowned on Nunavik Lake is in its fifth day. Dozens of volunteers have joined RCMP and underwater search teams as they continue to scour the waterways trying to locate them. It's a gut-wrenching situation another family lived through just 3 years ago when their 12-year-old fell into the rapids in the same area. A heartache that's now turned into anger, seeing this happen yet again. CBC's Santiago Arias Orozco reports.
The Legos are a reminder of Muhammad Danish Habib's son.
We can never forget him. He's in our mind every day.
Usad Habib was 12 when he drowned. During a family hike in May 2023, Habib slipped into fast-moving water near Sturgeon Falls. His death is similar to the ongoing search for two brothers, Aaron and Maximo Aur Ramirez, who fell in the same rapids. Habib's mother, Urush Danish, can't believe this has happened to another family.
I'm furious that why has something not been done to prevent all of this? How many more lives do we need to take?
In 2023, there were signs telling people not to swim in the area. The province says that's still in place. Habib's parents say that's not enough to protect visitors at Sturgeon Falls. They want the province to make the whole area safer.
Accident can happen to anyone in a split of a second, so make sure we put the safety barriers in place before anything happens.
The parents want a fence built near the river to prevent people from getting close to the water. They also want traction added to the rocks on the shore so it's not as slippery. And they would also like to see a lifeguard during the summer. The environment minister says he's expecting a report on the risk in the area by next week and thinks safety needs to improve.
Anytime that there's a tragedy taking place, we want to make sure that we can stop any other future issues.
But Habib's parents say change should have come sooner.
We have already suffered. I don't think anyone else
has to
needs to suffer.
Yeah.
This could be easily prevented.
After their son's death in 2023, a woman drowned last year in the same place. The Danish are relieving their tragedy as people continue to look for Aaron and Maximo Aur Ramirez. Volunteers are walking the shoreline, bringing donations to the family as boat and drones search the area. Santiago Arias Orozco, CBC News, Winnipeg.
A Winnipeg landlord is being told to clean up a giant mess outside his property. But the catch? He didn't make it. Garbage and debris from encampments are littered around the building his company owns. He says he shouldn't be on the hook for the city's problem. CBC's Mike Arsenault explains.
Tents, mattresses, and garbage from an encampment. This is what it looks like behind 35 Balmoral Street in the West End. The property manager, Marvin Sharp, says he got a compliance order from the city saying the mess was his responsibility.
It basically said this is our property and we need to clean up the mess from the encampments. And if we don't do it, the city will do it and they'll put it on our tax bill. And I was furious.
Last November, the city put in rules around where encampments could be set up. A large encampment behind the Granite Curling Club was dismantled, but other encampments like this one are still set up along the river. Sharp says the city should be the one to clean up the mess.
Their job is to deal with the encampments. And if there were no encampments here, we wouldn't have a mess to begin with.
The councillor for the area says her phone has been ringing off the hook with constituents worried they'll be penalized if they don't clean up a mess they didn't create. Sherry Rollins is frustrated the city would charge the property owners that have been asking for help.
They're faulting the very business that has had to repair fences, repair their doors, have items stolen from it. And the key question I think people should be asking, is this solving any of the underlying problem?
Rollins says many of her constituents, from daycares to landlords, continue to struggle with encampments in places like riverbanks. Sharp says AML owns the property behind the building where the encampment is sitting. It's part of an easement deal the former owners made with the city.
Let the people of Winnipeg enjoy the space. I don't have a problem. But when there is a problem, as a result of that work by the city, don't dump it back on me. Take care of it.
The city says compliance orders like this one are issued when they receive complaints through 911. Sharp has filed an appeal over the compliance order and is planning on having more discussions with the city. Mike Arsenault, CBC News, Winnipeg.
Trade tensions were top of mind again on day 2 of the Premier's summer meeting in Charlottetown. Wabkanu says while they may not all have the same opinions on certain issues of retaliation and booze bans, there is a state of solidarity.
Nothing unites like a common opponent, and there's no more popular opponent in Canada right now than Donald Trump.
The Trump administration's latest tariff threats are going after some small and niche industries. That includes natural honey. Half of what Canada produces goes to the U.S., which is now threatening a 50% tariff. The threat comes just as honey producers are hoping to cash in. Cameron McIntosh has more.
So how safe is it to walk up to this?
Well, I think we're going to be okay. These bees are pretty happy because they're foraging right now.
No, Ian Stepler is not worried about bee stings.
This time of year, we don't have a lot of trouble with them.
It's the sting of a 50% U.S. tariff.
It could be disastrous. I mean, one of our biggest buyers is all of a sudden out of the marketplace, and we're like right in the middle of honey production season.
Honey is his livelihood.
I'm looking after roughly 100 to 150 million bees.
It's almost time for harvest.
It's filling up. You can see all the cells being filled up.
About 60% of Canadian honey is exported to the U.S., about $60 million. It's a small industry. But in the crosshairs of U.S. President Donald Trump's administration, which says its 50% tariff threat on honey is a response to what it calls Canadian discrimination against U.S. auto imports. The Canadian Honey Council says Trump is using honey as leverage.
I think for sure there's a bigger game at play. I am very hopeful that a 50% tariff would never be imposed.
It's intended to be destabilizing as we're working to repair our ruptured trade relationship. That said, the tactics aren't entirely unfamiliar or unexpected.
Every frame will be about 8 pounds, 9 pounds of honey.
Stepler just wants to sell his honey. Beekeeping already has challenges. Climate change and disease threaten populations. But the Canadian industry is growing. Its survival critical to other aspects of agriculture, as bees help pollinate many field crops.
We're a small little obscure industry. We do represent a lot to the overall economy.
While it's unclear how serious the Trump administration actually is about honey, that tariff threat stands. So does the uncertainty over the viability of this year's crop. Cameron McIntosh, CBC News, near Miami, Manitoba.
As premiers promise to keep U.S. alcohol off the shelves in response to Trump's tariff threat, they're also making it easier for brewers to sell alcohol directly to out-of-province consumers. 9 premiers, including Wabkanu, are updating the rules to allow direct selling. But one local distiller says the move is inconsequential. The co-owner of Patent 5 Distillery says craft brewers have already been selling directly online.
So I don't think it really changes anything. It's at least or about $30 to ship a bottle from one province to another, and craft producers to add $30 to your product generally makes it uneconomical for most people to purchase.
He says what would really open up markets for small businesses would be having provincial liquor boards open up shelf space for out-of-province products. 911 service was restored late this afternoon after an outage across most of the province. Many people were likely notified through an alert on their phone. It came through around 2:45 this afternoon. The emergency 911 outage affected all Manitoba communities except Winnipeg. Service went down at the dispatch center in Brandon. Bell MTS says it was the result of a third-party fiber cable cut. 911 service was shortly restored by around 4:30. All right, we are inching closer and closer to the weekend, halfway there. What's the rest of the week hold, Riley?
Well, you know, some improving air quality, Brittany, at least in the south today, a bit on the smoky and hazy side, in particular parts of western Manitoba. And you can look at some of the modeling here, some of these greens and yellow colors shifting down into southern Manitoba. That's all of the smoke from those wildfires burning in northern Manitoba and northern Saskatchewan, picked up by some stronger upper level winds throughout the day today. So through the afternoon, Winnipeg's air quality index, as well as in Brandon, at a 9 through the afternoon. That's in that high range when even folks that are healthy should be considering reducing activities outside. Flin Flon, a moderate at a 6 through the afternoon. As we get into the day tomorrow, looking at the air quality easing thanks to a shift in winds to slightly more southwesterly. So that should push some of that haze out, although likely still a bit hazy at times as we get through the day tomorrow. The air quality warning remaining in place for a good chunk of northern Manitoba because of the fluctuation in air quality that we'll see as we get through the next several days yet to come. Brittany, I'll go into more details when I come back.
Thanks, Riley.
You're welcome.
Why one housing facility says it will no longer accept people in the throes of addiction. The change they say needed to be made. That's next. A transitional housing complex says it changed who it takes in because of the severity of the toxic drug crisis. The Manitoba Métis Federation facility initially accepted people living with an active addiction. CBC's Josh Crabb got a look inside the Main Street building to find out what's changed.
A routine task, a sign of how much Ray Constantino's life has changed. He used to live in the hallways of residential hotels and on the street.
In bus shacks, I was staying, a bit in the encampment sites as well, but not too much.
For the past 9 months, he's been staying at the Manitoba Métis Federation's transitional housing complex called Fray Machi. It means fresh beginnings in Michif.
I'm really happy and about this place here for giving me an upper hand on things.
Every unit is designed differently too.
It opened 3 years ago. MMF Housing Program Manager Carrie Scott describes it as second stage transitional housing.
We've reached out to the 3 main shelters in the area, and we've let them know that part of our program is to help people get to the next level, and we prefer not to have any active addictions for at least 6 months.
There are 20 units, 16 are studio suites, 4 have 2 bedrooms, 6 of the units are accessible. More than 70 people have moved on to permanent housing.
They're building that rental history with us. We're providing basic, essential life skills for individuals. We have folks that have never done their laundry before.
Caseworker Josh Gobin helps people when they're here and connects them with resources in the community. How long people stay varies.
If they're going to school, working, or trying to get into the workforce, they may stay a little longer just because there's more goals they're working on. It may take longer to get them to that place.
Staff keep in contact with renters once they move out. Constantino went through a recovery program for a drug addiction before moving in.
I was able to have, almost like luxury. Everything was here, it was already set out.
Since quitting drugs, he has stayed busy volunteering, working part-time, and staying fit. Josh Crabb, CBC News, Winnipeg.
A man who admitted to beating an elderly woman so badly she can no longer walk on her own has been sentenced to 5 years in prison. 83-year-old Victoria Como was on her way to buy milk when she was randomly attacked in February 2025. She ended up with multiple pelvis fractures and spent 3 months in hospital. Now she needs full-time help. Justin Getty pleaded guilty to aggravated assault. Court heard he has a history of mental illness and addiction. Despite signs he was in the midst of an episode after the attack when interviewed by police, the judge said she was concerned for his lack of remorse and his risk to reoffend. There's a new MLA-elect for the Pas-Kamisak. The NDP's Jennifer Flett won a by-election in the Northern Manitoba riding Tuesday night, beating 3 other candidates with almost 75% of all votes. Flett visited several communities during the campaign. She says she wants to hear what locals have to say.
A lot of them were saying that, we don't want to just see you at election time. We want to see you come into our communities, take part in our activities and our day-to-day lives. We want you to hear us, and we want to work with you. And I told them that I want to work with you as well.
Flett will be officially sworn in during the next sitting of the legislature in September. Flood-affected homeowners and tenants who have no insurance or insufficient coverage are learning more about the Manitoba government's one-time flood recovery grant program. And not everyone is happy with it. The province says the one-time program will help pay for some essential contents based on the average cost of replacing them in 2026. The program will also help cover basic needs and the cost of restoring homes to a functional state. But the Reeve of Swan Valley West says many there thought the province's flood recovery grant program would cover more. He says the latest details may be disappointing to some.
We've had a lot of our residents here go and take a line of credit or get a credit card to be able to buy the things they need, assuming they're now going to get paid back for that. And there's a surprise coming when they submit $20,000 or $30,000 of bills and instead get a $5,000 check. that's going to be very hard on people if they don't realize that's a risk they're facing.
He says other people are just happy to be getting anything at all. People applying to the program are being asked to sign a waiver committing to get more information about adequate flood insurance. A Manitoba senior is being partially reimbursed for an out-of-country surgery after a drawn-out dispute with the province. Tom Malinsky went to Germany in 2024 for spinal surgery after Manitoba's spinal clinic said he didn't qualify here. Manitoba twice declined to cover the costs after he got back, but he's now received a nearly $24,000 check from Manitoba Health, roughly a third of what he spent. Riley, back in now, when you were talking about that smoke, and certainly when I stepped outside this morning, it was that first thing that you could smell.
Yeah, when you can start to smell it, that is when it starts to get dangerous, particularly for those who have respiratory problems, for example, and our pets as well, who can be impacted by the wildfire smoke. We will start to see that easing in southern Manitoba as we get through the night side into the day tomorrow, but still likely to be a little bit hazy, particularly on the horizon. That did help to keep temperatures back as well. So I was forecasting 28 in Winnipeg this afternoon. That smoke acting as a bit of a UV filter, a bit of a solar radiation filter, if you will. 26 through the afternoon in the city, 26 in Brandon, 27s, 28s through the Parkland, Thompson at 26 as well. We will see temperatures warming up, and things do get a bit muggier as we get toward the weekend as well. So I'll break that all down, just like yesterday. Still a few hit and miss showers, some popcorn showers across parts of the Parkland, just some slightly stronger upper level winds, creating a bit of instability throughout the day today. So really it's those type of showers where your neighbor maybe got some rain, but it stayed dry on your doorstep. So that's what we can expect as we get through the night tonight, particularly through parts of the Parkland, and even into parts of the Northern Interlake have a chance of a couple of showers as we get through the overnight hours tonight. A slim chance early in the morning in the Southern Interlake and the Red River Valley of a couple of isolated showers. But by and large, high pressure keeping us under a mix of sun and clouds. Our next weather maker comes as we get into the later part of Thursday, overnight into Friday morning for northern Manitoba. This is an area of low pressure pushing in from Saskatchewan. This will give some good rain to parts of the province that are really needing it, where we have some of those wildfires burning, for example, in the Flin Flon area into Norway House, looking at a good shot of rain, but it does come with the risk of thunderstorms as we get into the day on Friday as well. So we don't need the lightning or the wind that comes along with that, but we will take the moisture. And I'll show you some of the numbers updated from yesterday on what we're expecting. But in the south, as this warm front comes through, this will increase humidity as we get through the day on Friday, and with the cold front in behind this, could trigger a few showers or some thunderstorms pretty broadly, right from southwestern Manitoba across into northwestern Ontario through the evening hours Friday. But once this front comes through, that does shut the door on any of that thunderstorm activity as we get into early Saturday morning. So looking at the potential for some spotty rainfall across the south, but northern Manitoba, a good 10 to 20, possibly more millimeters of rain in some of those thunderstorms. And Brittany will inch closer to 30 degrees as we get through the afternoon tomorrow, and things starting to get muggy as we get toward the weekend.
Thanks, Riley.
You're welcome.
Well, two young girls from Alberta got a once-in-a-lifetime RCMP experience this week. We'll tell you all about it after the break.
All right, dog walking forecast time as we get into Thursday. Expect something that's a little less smoky, but maybe a bit more hazy at times across southern Manitoba. How about Charlie, who is showing off the Canadian pride with the spinners on the collar there. Thank you, Pat, for sending this picture in. Please keep sending yours. By the way, I did get several after the show last night. I could use some more as we get into next week, so please keep sending yours to talkback@cbc.ca. Up to 29 degrees, maybe a bit breezy at times into the afternoon, but that switch in wind to a more southwesterly flow should help to ease the air quality a bit. Football game on Friday looking humid with the potential for some thunderstorms and temperatures staying in the high 20s and low 30s through the weekend. 2 young girls have been given an experience of a lifetime. They got to know what it feels like to be the commanding officers of the RCMP's Depot Division.
For the 3rd consecutive year, Kids with Cancer Society partnered with the Regina RCMP to make these unforgettable moments possible.
I think this experience means it's just a chance to build really positive memories. You know, battling cancer is incredibly difficult for young people and for everyone, but this is kind of our way to give them a very happy memory and something that they can look at and be like, wow, like, this was so cool that I got to do this.
We got to use the robots and the drones to find out what's inside a box, like as if we were on a mission. The parade was fun because there was a lot of police officers and everyone there, and it was very exciting because they just show a good example for us.
These girls, they teach us resilience. This is what resilience is going to look like for any of us here going through training or seasoned police officers and seasoned members of this organization. You look at them and they have hope, they have joy, and they have inspirations, right? And this just inspires all of us.
It was a lot of fun. We got spoiled. We got stuff that not many kids could get to do. And it was just a fun experience to remember for a lifetime.
I love this. I love the huge smiles on their faces. And the one little girl saying, we got to be part of a mission.
What an unforgettable experience for them.
And they probably got to boss a few people around. No harm in that.
Well, that's fun too.
Well, good on them. We'll love to see it. Send in some more pet photos for us. Have a great night. We'll see you back here tomorrow.